This is CBS News Miami.
Good afternoon, and thank you for joining us. I'm Lauren Pastrana, and welcome to CBS News Miami's 4 p.m. Quickcast. Let's take a look at today's top stories. Right off the top, we're following breaking news. A jury has found a Florida woman guilty of manslaughter after fatally shooting her neighbor during a dispute in Ocala last year. 60-year-old Susan Lorincz was arrested for firing a gun through her locked front door, killing her neighbor and a mother of 4 for the amount of noise her children were making. Lorincz claimed it was in self-defense. She faces up to 30 years in prison. And right now we're following a developing story. The FBI raids a Doral collision center. A law enforcement source tells us this is connected to the plot to kill a well-known auto designer to the stars 5 years ago. CBS News Miami's Peter Dench is at the scene with the breakdown.
Officially, an FBI spokesman says this raid was ordered by the court and is part of an ongoing investigation. A law enforcement source tells us it is tied to the plot to murder Alex Vega. Chopper 4 captures a scene at the Doral Collision Center on this Friday morning. Doral police are here as the FBI raids this business on Northwest 97th Avenue at 21st Street. A law enforcement source says it's tied to the plot to kill well-known auto designer Alex Vega, who is also the founder of Avorza Vodka. It happened as he pulled into his garage at his home in Kendall on August 27th of 2019. Surveillance video captures a masked gunman firing several shots as Vega is struck 3 times in the back. Vega recovered, and in November of 2019, he spoke about what happened to him.
Never did I expect something like this to happen to me. I don't have enemies, so it was hard to experience something like that. I said I have a successful business. It could have been because of that. People that envy or hate you, I don't know. I thank God, and I'm here through the blessings of God.
The shooter seen in this surveillance tape and the getaway driver have been convicted in this crime. The law enforcement source tells us the man who paid for this plot is in custody. We will have much more on that story coming up in an hour at 5. Alex Vega is the brother of Officer Mike Vega, who is the Miami police spokesman. In Doral, Peter Dench, CBS News, Miami.
Monroe County Administrator Roman Gustasi has been indicted on a felony charge. He's facing 1 count of official misconduct. Police say he knowingly and intentionally obstructed, delayed, or prevented the communication of information related to another felony that directly affected the government entity he served. If convicted, he faces up to 5 years in prison.
Always alerting, always tracking. This is Next Weather.
All right, taking a live look at downtown Miami right now. Gray skies. Cooler today, though, thanks to all the clouds and some showers across South Florida. Will they hang around for the weekend? That's what we want to know. Next Weather Chief Meteorologist and Hurricane Specialist Ivan Cabrera joins us now with the answer.
I think we'll have some clouds and even some showers to have to dodge through Saturday and Sunday, but not expecting washouts here. But, the cloud cover today and the fact that we've had on and off showers has really done a number on the temperatures. Thankfully here, no heat advisory today for the first time in 10 days. 80 degrees is the current number there in Homestead. Refreshingly cool, but we have to trade the sunshine for that as we check in on Next Weather Radar Network. Still looking at some showers continuing to move through, and some of these have been putting down some hefty amounts of rainfall here. This one in particular now loaded here with plenty of rainfall along 95 and out towards the beach, and then further to the further inland we continue to see some showers and storms, even a couple of lightning strikes down towards Homestead, and then another cluster here impacting with the Middle Keys. We continue on this path through the rest of the afternoon here. We'll see that sinking line of showers, and then we'll be in much better shape as we head through tonight. In general, for both weekend days, temperatures in the low 90s. I think the rain chances are a little bit higher on Sunday, as this boundary that is going to hang out with us this weekend begins to lift back up to the north, and that'll bring us a return of about 40% chance of showers and storms. The further north you are, the less you'll have to deal with the activity, because that's where we'll have the drier air. In fact, some relatively cool and crisp nights across northern Florida. We won't get into that pocket of cool and dry air, but this will at least help us out a little bit as far as rain chances. For the rest of the weekend, there you see next for the rain tracker with the showers. continuing to move further to the south. So again, the further south you are, particularly Florida Keys, I don't think you'll get out of the rainfall here. And then that boundary begins to lift back up to the north as we head through Sunday, with more rain chances coming up as far as the forecast. Latest on to Ernesto, Category 2, still 100-mile-an-hour winds, and Bermuda now beginning to feel the effects. Latest, and this is the highest wind gusts I've seen so far. Sustained tropical storm force winds. That 54 was 60 miles an hour earlier, and that is just going to continue to get worse as the beginning of what will be the core of the storm pushes into Bermuda tonight. They will not escape this feature here. The storm is too large, and the islands there very tiny, so that is going to be a deal. Ernesto is the only thing we're tracking. The rest of the tropics are looking quiet. Let's check in on the forecast for tomorrow. We'll have rain chances and minimal, so tomorrow the drier of the 2 weekend days, and then rain chances coming back up as we head into Sunday with coverage at about 40%. Bodes well for the game on Saturday. That should be dry, and rain chances along with temperatures going back up next week.
Thank you, Ivan. Now at 4, an investigation is underway after a deadly mobile home fire in northwest Miami-Dade. CBS News Miami's Morgan Reiner is at the scene with more.
The victim's brother told me he's going to spend time today talking to neighbors, walking around, checking out the aftermath to try and figure out what started this fire. A fire, he says, claimed the life of his brother and his brother's wife. This video taken last night shows flames erupting in a mobile home park off of Northwest 27th Avenue.
Fire started going off. A lot of my friends ran up to the trailer, tried to open it up. I couldn't open up, wasn't enough time. And apparently, rest in peace to the lady that she was in a wheelchair.
Manuel Pena says the lady is his brother's wife. Miami-Dade Fire Rescue confirmed one woman died and another man is in critical condition. But Pena says his brother didn't survive either.
But did he survive or did he pass away?
Yeah, he just died.
Manuel said his brother, seen here in this clip a neighbor took during a previous story done at the mobile home park, did not smoke. He's not sure how the fire started, so he plans to do some investigating himself. Talk to neighbors.
For everybody right there, what happened yesterday in the night, because you live right there, me no live right there.
He's a mechanic. He does, he collects scrap metals, He's just a regular guy. He's not a bad person. He always helps out the neighbors, the homeless people out in the street, and he's a very outgoing person, I've known him since I was like 16 years old.
We spent time walking around the mobile home park as well. While most people did not want to go on camera, they said Frank was simply a good man and he will be missed. In Miami-Dade County, Morgan Reiner, CBS News, Miami.
A man is dead after being struck in the street in Miami. This is a look at the scene at Southwest 27th Avenue and 26th Street. According to police, a man was hit by a delivery truck just after 4:30 this morning. Miami Fire Rescue responded, but the pedestrian was pronounced dead on the scene. Police tell us the driver of the truck did remain on scene. No word on what led up to this deadly crash. Voters decide. Vice President Kamala Harris delivering her first policy address this afternoon in North Carolina. Harris is announcing plans to try to tackle inflation and more. Willie James Inman reports from Washington.
In her first policy speech since becoming the Democratic Party's presidential nominee, Vice President Kamala Harris acknowledged the toll of inflation on America's middle class and proposed what she calls an opportunity economy.
An economy where everyone can compete and have a real chance to succeed.
She's calling for the first ever federal ban on price gouging for food and groceries. New policies to spur home building, including offering up to $25,000 for first-time homebuyers to use as a down payment. And an expansion of the child tax credit, providing as much as $6,000 to families with newborn children. In a statement, former President Donald Trump said the proposals amount to price fixing, calling her Comrade Kamala and a full communist. At a news conference Thursday, he blamed Harris and Democratic legislation for rising costs.
She cast the tie-breaking votes that caused record inflation. She cast the votes.
Price gouging is already illegal, and Harris's proposals get mixed reviews from economists. They would also need congressional approval.
Trump, meantime, is now facing fresh backlash for praising a wealthy donor at an event Thursday night. He compared the Congressional Medal of Honor to the Presidential Medal of Freedom that he bestowed upon Miriam Adelson in 2018.
It's actually much better because everyone gets the Congressional Medal of Honor, that's soldiers, they're either in very bad shape because they've been hit so many times by bullets, or they're dead. She gets it, and she's a healthy, beautiful woman.
Trump's running mate defended him Friday.
I don't think him complimenting and saying a nice word about a person who received the Presidential Medal of Freedom is in any way denigrating those who received military honors.
Trump's campaign suggested his comments were misinterpreted. Willie James Inman, CBS News, the White House.
And we are just 4 days away from the primary election here in Florida. The last day for early voting is this Sunday. Florida's election website says more than 87,000 Broward County residents have sent in vote-by-mail ballots, and more than 18,000 have voted early. In Miami-Dade, more than 119,000 people have sent vote-by-mail ballots, and more than 43,000 have voted early. Students across the country are heading back to school, and parents are buying school supplies. We have tips for stretching your dollars when we come back. Welcome back to CBS News Miami's 4 p.m. Quickcast. Now to a consumer alert. Around 50 million K-12 students are heading back to class, and parents across the country are buying up those school supplies. CBS News Miami's Nancy Chen has tips for stretching your dollars.
For parents, back to school means back to spending. Since 2016, average household spending on back to school has increased 30%, with families expected to shell out more than $870 in 2024.
What are parents facing this year?
Parents everywhere are certainly excited for their kids to go back to school, but the cost of all of those things you need to buy for your kids really adds up.
Sarah Rathner is a personal finance expert with NerdWallet.
When you're already stretched thin, you're going to have to make some hard decisions.
But there are also easy ways to save. Check out so-called Buy Nothing groups on Facebook, Nextdoor, and the Buy Nothing app.
Those are groups on social media. You can request if anybody has an item your child needs that they don't need anymore.
So you're saying it's completely free?
It is, yes. People are giving of their own abundance.
And if you can't find what you're looking for free, there are online platforms to buy items used, like Swappa, OfferUp, and Facebook Marketplace. Don't forget to shop around. Target, Walmart, Staples, and Amazon are all offering 50-cent deals on different basics like notebooks, crayons, pencils, and glue. Staples will also give you $10 off a purchase of $30 or more if you trade in older items like binders or backpacks as part of their recycling program.
For kids' uniforms, polos are $7 or less, and skirts $12 or less at Target, Old Navy, and The Children's Place. Check out JCPenney, Walmart, and Amazon for shoes under $20. With a little homework, you can get an A+ in economics this back-to-school shopping season.
Nancy Chen, CBS News, New York.
Good tips, gotta save where we can. That's CBS News Miami's Quickcast. I'm Lauren Pastrana. Stay tuned for more news right here on CBS Miami.